it's your girl TT. I'm here with a low-key glam makeup tutorial that I did for a girls' night out. I'm going to be showing you what products I've been liking to use, also some new products, and just kind of talking you through how I like to use my makeup. This is my first time using the MORPHE Brow Cream. It is in the shade Chocolate Mousse, and I just started by applying it to my tail and outlining the front part of my brow, and I just was able to easily move this product around because it's not as quick drying as a pomade, so I was able to just use the brush to kind of smear the product into the middle of my brow and also use my spoolie to kind of lighten it where I wanted it to not be as dark. Recently, I haven't been using concealer to clean up my brows, but I've actually been going in with my foundation. So I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation on my brow. This is in the shade 110. And as you can see, I put the product on my brush and I just kind of dab a little bit of product around the perimeter of the brow, as opposed to just slapping a bunch of foundation on one part of the brow and trying to push it around. This was a lot easier and I think that it looks a lot cleaner. Whether I use a pomade or a pencil on my brows, I like to kind of set the product with a brow powder. And normally I use the ULTA Frida Kahlo brow palette, but I of course broke it just before going out. So I had to use a different favorite of mine, which is the LA Girl Brow Kit in the dark shades. And I just kind of cleaned up the tail and I just put the powder over the entire brow super lightly just to set the pomade. To blend out the foundation that is around the brows, I use this LUXIE brush and I just kind of blend out the foundation on the top and underneath the brows. I'm priming my face with yet another favorite. This is the Benefit Porefessional primer. I love how it just smooths out any pores and imperfections I have. I just try to focus it on my oily areas like my T-zone and then smear it over my face. And I'm also going to go right on top of that with my foundation. I'm currently in between shades, so I'm using a little bit of my Clinique Hydrating and Repairing Foundation. This is in the shade Bone. And then I also go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation in the shade 110, and I'm using that same LUXIE brush to blend it out. I love blending out my foundation now with this brush, and I just, instead of sweeping the brush over the product, I just kind of pat it in and move the product around, and I find that it's a lot smoother than actually going in and dabbing with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge. Now, as opposed to doing an entire second layer, I'm just taking a little bit of my Maybelline foundation and just putting it anywhere that I see redness poking through or I see any freckles poking through, just where it's needed basically. If you can tell, I'm avoiding directly underneath my under eye because I'm going in with a new concealer later in the video and I want to make sure that it's not going to be too cakey. To chisel my cheekbones, I like to use this SEPHORA foundation stick that's like maybe 3 shades darker than my foundation. I've been using this exact shade and foundation stick from SEPHORA for probably like 2 years now. I enjoy it. It's very creamy, it moves around really easily, and I just pat it in with a dry beauty sponge. And since this is a glam look, I am taking a little bit around the sides of my nose. This isn't something I normally do on my day-to-day, but because I'm going out and I wanted to feel a little bougie, I took this step, and that's about it. That's all the places that I used the cream contour. Now I'm going in with the ULTA Powder Contour Kit, and I'm going over the places where I used the cream contour on my cheeks. I'm taking a little bit up towards the center of my forehead, and I'm going over the same spot on the bridge of my nose and underneath it as well. Because it is a subtle glam look, I didn't go crazy with the contour or bronzer. I didn't want it to be super dark. And also the same with my concealer. I didn't want it to be super light, but I still wanted it to be glam. So I used a darker concealer underneath my eye, and then I used at the corner, the outer corner of my eyes and down the sides of my nose, I used a little bit of a lighter concealer. The names and the shades of those concealers will be down below. One of them is something new, so I'm not exactly sure what it's called, so it'll be down below. Of course, this is a glam look, so you know your girl has to bake. I'm using the Airspun translucent powder underneath my eyes and underneath my contour, and to apply this, I swear by using the Morphe Jeffree Star sponge, slightly damped, and I like it because it's super flat and precise on the edges. Now I have a surprise for y'all. If you don't know me, then you don't know, but your girl is launching her own mink eyelash business. I didn't apply these lashes on camera, but my web store will be launching next month, and when I launch, I will be posting an in-depth tutorial on how to apply false lashes using all of my personal brands, 16mm and 20mm 100% mink eyelashes. So stay tuned for that if you'd like to be notified when I post how to apply mink eyelashes. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you can be notified when my brand launches and when I post that tutorial. Now, after dusting off all of the powder on my face, I just applied a lip liner, and I'm also applying this Lip Sense matte lipstick, including the Lip Sense moisturizing lip gloss. I love this lip gloss whenever I'm going out because it doesn't smear, it doesn't smudge, so it's not going to get transferred to any drink or any food. It's going to stay on my lips exactly where it's supposed to be. That's the end of this tutorial, babes. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe so you can stay tuned for the next tutorial.